Welcome back to another video. We got this GMC Yukon Denali. This generation is from 2007 all the way up to 2014, and we are going to be replacing the rear differential fluid, the wheel bearing, which is the 513067, and the seal 4762N. These are national seals and bearings, and pretty much, great. Okay, so let's get to it. So raise your vehicle as much as you can, put some good jack stands. I have 2 6-tons, so there's no way this is gonna fall on me. Other than that, the bolts are 13 mils, and I highly recommend that before you start trying to take them off, give it a couple smacks on each, so you can kind of break them loose. Okay, especially if it has not been done recently, or if it's an older truck and it has some rust or whatever, such as this. So 13 mils, and then so I already broke them loose, and so let me just take them off completely. Once we take there it is. We got all of the bolts out. Now it's already leaking, so now we gotta pry this out a little bit so all the fluid can come down like so. It's a little windy, so it's gonna be a little messy. Let's see, pry it out slowly. So it is a little dark. This truck has 250,000 miles, and it does not look like it's been serviced in a long time, if ever. I have no noise or anything because this is my personal vehicle, and no noise, no wheel bearing noise, no nothing from back here. I just want to service it because I'm going to make a big trip pretty soon. And I'm gonna go ahead and change the bearings and seals and put another differential cover here. Okay, there you go. There it is. Yep, this looks like the original seal. So, all right, cool. Alright, so now let's get out and remove our caliper, our rotor, and then so we can take out the shafts. Spin this. Okay, keep going. I'm gonna spin until there. Okay, you're gonna have your bolt right here, and this is the pin that's gonna slide out. Okay, so let's remove this little guy. It's a number 8. Okay, so we're gonna remove that one so the pin can come out, and then doing so the shafts are both gonna come out as well. Okay, so what I first want to do is remove the caliper, the rotor, so I can just have the shaft by itself, and pop it out completely because we're gonna remove the seal and the bearing. Okay, so let me go ahead and take those 2 out, and then remove the pin. So take out your wheel. There were 19 mils, and then the rear caliper bolts. Okay, 2 18s. Okay, take those 2 out, and then you're gonna be left over with just the shaft. Okay, the seals are not leaking or anything. but we're gonna replace them anyways. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get down there and remove the pin. Slide the pin out. The shaft is going to come out entirely, and then we're going to be able to change the seals and the bearing. So once you remove the pin, you want to turn the entire sun gear. Okay, you're going to turn it completely, not through the shaft. Okay, you're going to turn it through here. Okay, just push it up so you can access the pins that are holding the shafts, which are this. So right in there, you're gonna just take them out. You're gonna push the shaft in, and then you're gonna be able to take these two guys out. Okay, so this is one of them, and I'm gonna push the other shaft in, and I'm gonna take the other one out. Just use a magnet or something, and then they'll come out. Okay, do not spin the drive shafts. Okay, only the sun gear with your truck on neutral. Right, so let me take those two out and then take out the bearings. All right guys, we got our shaft out. Okay, and then we also got our seal off. This guy goes right there. What I like to do is, when it's in there, just give myself a chisel, hit it on right on the edge. Once it bends inward, then you're gonna be able to pull it out with a screwdriver, just like so. Okay, the bearing itself, here's the bearing puller. The one that goes in here flips, and then just use your sledgehammer, your sliding hammer, and then pop it out. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and we're gonna install our new bearing right here, and then after that it's gonna be our seal, and then we're gonna slide our shaft back in there, and then once it's all the way inside, we're gonna put our locking pin again, and then do the other side of the truck. And after that, we're gonna go ahead and clean up the area and put a new oil pan. Okay, so let me go ahead. So we got a new bearing in there. You're gonna know that it's all the way in as soon as you hear the solid hit. Okay, you will know. So then clean this area where the seal goes. I like to put just a tab of RTV. It's not needed per se, but I like to do it, especially on older vehicles that the metal is a little rusty. Okay, so just a small film. Then grab your seal and a block of wood, and then put it in place, and then right there, let's give it a good smack. Okay. Okay. There it is. There it is. Nice. Nice, very nice. So now we grab our shaft. So now we grab the shaft and bring it in there. Whenever you're there, you're going to kind of lift the end of the shaft and kind of work your way into the gear. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now it's all the way in, and we know that we can go ahead and put the locking pin back in there. Okay, so then we're just gonna slide this back up into its place. Okay, so it's in there. Not sure you can tell it's in there now. So now what we're gonna do is slide the shaft back so it can. So we got the driver's side done. Now let's go ahead and do the passenger side. You're gonna push the shaft in take the lock out, push the shaft out, take your seal out, then the bearing out, clean your area, put the bearing in, seal in, shaft in all the way, and then put your lock back in there, and then push your shaft back so it can stay in place. Okay, after that we're just going to rotate the gear, then put our truck back in neutral, rotate everything into its place so we can slide our kingpin back into place. Okay, I'm not sure if it's called a kingpin, but it looks like it. So yeah, and then after that, clean all this and then clean the surface and install our new valve cover. Okay, so you're gonna continue cleaning until the brake cleaner comes out clear. Usually that's what I do. Then after that, of course, clean all your surface area so you can put the new gasket in or RTV, you know, whichever you're gonna use. Again, like I said earlier, for the bearing seals, I always like to put a little bit of RTV on the surface because, you know, all this pitting from rust, you know, it's hard to trust with just the seal. Okay, so now we're going to remove the plug. Take your plug out. Okay, and then we're going to fill it up with 75 W90. Okay, also some people use 80 W90, but you're gonna use about 2/4, a little over 2/4 to fill the back. Okay, when it stops dripping, of course you stop. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. So there it is, guys. We are finished. We got our new differential cover on. We put around 2.5 quarts in there. And then what else? I think that's pretty much it. So if you got any questions, just comment below and I'll get you those answers. Alright guys, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya.